Max Unger. Now, Schilling saw 3 snaps in that Monday Night Football game. One of them sort of whizzed out of his hands. Russell Wilson making the joke. Ooh, that came out fast. Not concerned about the converted guard, though. Very athletic. Said the big thing for him will just be calming his nerves in the early goings. Guys.
All right, Krista, thank you very much. A 3rd down and 6 on this opening possession. And Wilson delivers a strike. Very close to a 1st down. 2nd career reception for Cooper Helfet. He's a backup tight end. Of course, they are missing their regular starter, Zach Miller.
Yeah, Cooper Helfet, he's just with his 2nd catch of the season, had his 1st on Monday night, which was a nice play for him. But it was a big 3rd down conversion to start this drive. This is an area of this offense where they have struggled through the early part of this season.
Got to look at Pete Carroll, just turned 63 years old in his 5th year here in Seattle. What a job Carroll has done along with their general manager, John Schneider, to screen to Marshawn Lynch. He breaks the tackle, tripped up at the 33, maybe the 34. That'll be a gain of 2. Are you surprised at how well this Dallas defense has played? You have to be, right?
Well, I think everybody is. I think even themselves, I think they're a little surprised, Tom. Coming into the season, of course, a historically bad defense a year ago. But when you watch them play, they play with great effort, and that's the key to this defense. Rod Marinelli has them playing pretty sound defense, and they play with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. That's going to be the key in this game.
Well, they're without Bruce Carter for a 2nd straight week. Wilson being chased, and he can run it. He fumbles the football and out of bounds after he picked it back up. So the Seahawks will maintain possession. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like the 38. Which will bring up a 3rd down and a long 3.
Well, I tell you, the Cowboys, they like to play man coverage. But when you're playing a quarterback like this, if he's able to break contain, which Russell Wilson was able to do, there was nobody out in front of him. And the Cowboys are fortunate that the ball got away from Wilson, because he would have picked up a lot of yards.
They actually spotted back at the 33-yard line. So it is a 3rd down and 9. Curse wide open. Along the sideline, run out of bounds. Inside the 20. Down to the 14. A perfect throw by Wilson to Jermaine Kearse.
Well, Jermaine Kearse starts in the slot, and when you press both of those receivers, that's what you run into as a defense. They run the natural pick. Orlando Scandrick, it allows Kearse then to get open up the sideline with a lot of field to work, and a perfectly thrown ball by Russell Wilson.
Boy, and he took a lick from the former Chicago Bear Pro Bowler, Henry Melton, in his 1st season with Dallas. Into the hands of Harvin. And that's a nice tackle made by Scandrick. Harvin scored 3 touchdowns that never happened in the win over the Redskins. All 3 called back on penalties last Monday night.
Yeah, that was a game that really could have been a much easier win had they not have had all the penalties. Percy Harvin had an outstanding game, but as you said, it all for naught because they got called back. But a guy who is healthy, only played in 3 games last year, one of which was the Super Bowl. He's a special talent.
They give it to Harvin, and read beautifully by Justin Durant. We asked Rod Marinelli, the Cowboy defensive coordinator, about this defense, and if there's anybody that's really stood out, he said Justin Durant is the best kept secret in the NFL.
Yeah, he's real high on Justin Durant. Feels like he would be starting for a lot of teams, in this league. In fact, the 2 guys that Rod Marinelli singled out was Justin Durant and then Tyrone Crawford, who's off to a good start.
Nice play of the drive, 3rd and 11. 4-man rush into the end zone, and Barry Church bats it away. They had an eye on Doug Baldwin, and what a play that was by Church on what could have been a touchdown.
A pretty tight fit in there too, that Russell Wilson's trying to get this ball in, and he has the perfect throw, but Barry Church drives on the ball, makes a good play, and keeps it from being completed. That's an outstanding job finishing the play by Barry Church.
33-yard field goal try by Stephen Hauschka. Good snap, good hold, and right down the middle for an early 3-0 lead on this opening possession of the game by the Seahawks. And we are delighted to have you with us on America's Game of the Week, alongside the former Cowboy legend, Hall of Famer Troy Aikman and Carissa Thompson. I'm Tom Brenneman. You know, you look at this game and all the ingredients for Seattle, pretty much the same as they were a year ago, running the ball. Wilson seems to get better every week, and a great defense. But now we're going to look at the Cowboys on offense. Can they run the ball today?
Well, I think that's going to be the key in this ball game. The Cowboys, as we know, they've run the ball very, very well through the first 5 games of the season behind that young, physical offensive line. Now today, they're going up against the #1 ranked rush defense in all of football. So can they run the ball? That's going to be interesting to watch. But whether they can or they can't, I think the key for them is to remain balanced. This is a hard place to play, and you don't want to get into a situation where all you're doing is dropping back and throwing the football.
They chew up nearly 5 minutes, 10 plays, and the Hauschka 33-yarder. Waiting to kick from Hauschka. Harris will take a knee, and that's where Tony Romo will bring the Cowboys out to the 20-yard line. Romo, for the 2nd straight year, underwent back surgery during the offseason. The first game of the year, he threw 3 interceptions and a loss to the 49ers. They readjusted his practice schedule, where he's taking every Wednesday off. He's only thrown 2 interceptions in the last 4 games.
Well, his play has been noticeably different since he started taking Wednesdays off. He's been moving better as much as anything, Tom. Think back to that game last Sunday against the Houston Texans and him avoiding J.J. Watt and throwing the touchdown. Weeks 1 and 2, he couldn't have made that play.
So they'll start trying to run it against the #1 ranked rushing defense in the National Football League. DeMarco Murray behind this very talented offensive front.
Well, it's a big physical group. There's a lot of people, Tom, already around the league that are saying this is the best offensive line in all of football. I don't know that I'd go quite that far yet, but a very talented group, and they're only going to get better.
Play fake to Murray. Great protection for Romo. And incomplete. He had an eye on Des Bryant. I mean, this Seattle defense, you know, we talk about being #1 against a run. They're real good, as you might know, in the secondary as well.
I think you look at the yards that they've given up this year. Last year, #1 in pass defense, but teams just haven't stayed committed to trying to run the football against them this year.
Blitz coming. Great protection. And that is Beasley. Cuts it back to the inside, and he has the first down. So on a 3rd and 10, the Cowboys throw it short. But good yards after the catch for the former SMU star.
No, there's good protection inside. Tony Romo has a nice pocket, and he gets the ball to Cole Beasley, man coverage. And the one thing that Seattle does a good job of is making tackles. Now, Burley, he's getting his opportunity this year because Jeremy Lane has been injured, but he has played well. But he's unable to get to Cole Beasley and make a tackle. A big 3rd down conversion.
Back in the hands of DeMarco Murray. Broke a tackle and dives ahead. Not a bad pickup. A gain of nearly 5. Murray set the Cowboys franchise record by going 5 straight games to begin a season of rushing for better than 100 yards. Career high 31 attempts in the win over Houston. The NFL record is 6 straight games held by the great Jim Brown to start a year. But they feel like they need to get some other people involved, and right now they have Lance Dunbar in the backfield for Murray. And he'll catch a pass. Short of a first down. It'll bring up another 3rd down. Cowboys have been extraordinarily good converting on 3rd down so far this year. To give you an idea, the league average is 42%. The Cowboys are over 55%.
Well, that combined with their ability to run the football is what has really helped that defense out for them. I mean, the defense has given up a lot of yards per play, but the Cowboys have controlled time of possession and have allowed their defense to stay on the sidelines.
Four-man rush. Romo's in trouble. Steps out of it. Incomplete. And Romo took a big hit, and he's not standing yet. Romo stepped away from pressure initially. Boy, and he took a shot, and that should have been a penalty.
Well, it was Bobby Wagner who was initially in coverage, and I'm not sure if it should have been a penalty or not, Tom. He came in with his shoulder. The question is, you know, had the ball been released in enough time before Wagner got there and made the contact? The referee was right there on top of it and watching it, and you know, it looked like maybe it's just getting the wind knocked out of him. Of course, you mentioned the back surgery, and you know, you find out exactly what his status is.
And the punt is blocked and picked up and run in for a touchdown by Mike Morgan.
Doug Baldwin, he's out there as though he's going to be in coverage, and he sneaks down. He comes in off the edge. Nobody sees him for Dallas. He has a free run to block that punt.
And it was easy from there for Morgan. Returns it 25 yards for a touchdown. Well, how about that? One of your starting wide receivers in on special teams and blocks a punt, which leads to a touchdown.
Well, I guarantee you, Tom, you watch the film during the week and the Seahawks saw something that they thought they could take advantage of there on that punt. Here's the 3rd down play to Tony Romo. Bobby Wagner coming in. I think it was a clean hit. But here comes the punt. Doug Baldwin, he slides down. They change the look up. He gets a direct path on Chris Jones to block that punt. Just an outstanding job of execution to start this game by the Seahawks.
Pete Carroll may have just turned 63, but man, you go watch his team practice and you go watch him take the field a couple of hours before the game, and he bounces around like a man in his early 30s.
Well, we were at their facility on Friday, and you know, I've been to a lot of practice facilities. I've talked to a lot of coaches, a lot of players, as you have as well, Tom, and it's a different environment in Seattle. You know, with the energy that Pete Carroll brings to this organization, and the players buy into his philosophy, and it's pretty unique.
Morgan, the touchdown from 25 yards away. The last time the Seahawks blocked a punt, ironically, was against the Cowboys that they returned for a touchdown, was against the Cowboys when they were last here in 2012, and Jerron Johnson was the one who ran it in for the touchdown. Let's bring in Mike Pereira from our studios back in Los Angeles. Mike, did you think this was the correct non-call?
Absolutely, and I agree with Troy. Here's the issue. He runs out of the pocket. He's not in a passing posture, so the two-step rule is off. And he didn't lead with the crown of his helmet, shoulder to the midsection. Perfectly clean hit.
We thank Mike Pereira. We'll be checking in with him throughout the afternoon. Just like that, 10-0. And DeMarco Murray for a gain of almost 5 on first down. One of the real differences in the Cowboys so far this year is not only their commitment to the run game, but staying committed to the run when they have fallen behind.
Well, I agree, and one of the keys in addition to that is they've had a lot of success on first down when they have run the ball. This was another good example. 4 yards for DeMarco Murray to start this drive.
They'll give it to him again. Slipped a tackle from Bennett. And it's up to the 27-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Cowboys. Top 2 rushing teams in the NFL. And look at some of the numbers on the Dallas side.
How about that? 33 rushes per game on average. Last year, they were the 2nd fewest. And so a dramatic philosophical shift in what they're doing offensively.
On a 3rd and 3, Dunbar, and he picks up the first down up to the 32-yard line. You know, it's tough to take Murray. You saw him go off the field. Murray is among the better pass catchers in this Dallas offense. But Jason Garrett told us, look, we can't run this guy in the ground. This is only the 6th week of the year.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting in itself.
Yeah.
This year we're talking about, overworking DeMarco Murray. But Lance Dunbar getting some opportunities in this game. He's had a hard time getting on the field in recent weeks.
Well, now they have Joseph Randle in the backfield, and he has a big carry. Across the 40, all the way down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Randle, only 11 rushing attempts so far this year. Jerry Jones said this week, we got to get him a few touches.
Well, Travis Frederick does an outstanding job of clearing out the hole, and then Joseph Randle hits it. It's his first carry of the game, and he gets about 3 or 4 opportunities during the course of a ball game, Tom, and I like this young man. When he's gotten his chances, he has really played well, and he hit that hole there beautifully. Not breakaway speed, but he's a very solid football player.
The 38-yard run. Murray back in there, ran into his own man. And that'll be down close to the 25-yard line.
You see the balance right now that Dallas has shown offensively, and the passes that they have had have been underneath to the sideline, the inside route. Cole Beasley haven't challenged these outside corners yet for Seattle.
And up top you've got Bryant locked up with Richard Sherman. Wide open is Jason Witten. And it is 1st and goal for the Cowboys at the Seahawks 5-yard line.
Well, that's a bust in coverage there. Jason Witten comes off the line. Nobody touches him. The linebackers are playing zone. Nobody is carrying him up the field. Puts the safety, Cam Chancellor, in a real bind. You don't see guys running that open against this defense often.
1st and goal from the 5. Murray, a little delay. Boy, he's a savvy back. There's power, there's speed, and then there's awareness. Just slight hesitation, positive yardage.
Well, he's got it all, and now the real key for him is going to be, can he remain healthy? That's been what has hurt him going back to his days at the University of Oklahoma. But he is a physical runner that finishes these runs off, and he gets about as much as there is to get on every run.
Cowboys bring in 3 tight ends. And they're going to throw. And nearly intercepted. Oh, goodness. Right in the midst of Byron Maxwell. Last week, Seattle dropped a couple of should-have-been interceptions.
Well, they got Gavin Escobar. He split out wide. They like him as a big target down here in the red zone, but Byron Maxwell, if he catches this, Tom, it's 99 yards all the way back for a touchdown. And that's the one thing that this defense has not been able to do that they were able to last year, is get the takeaways. The other missed opportunity.
Might play the drive. 3rd and goal. And that is a touchdown, and this time they find Escobar in the back of the end zone. A very impressive drive by Tony Romo and the Cowboys after that blocked punt, and to fall behind in a venue like this 10-0.
Yeah, the crowd had gotten it back into this ball game, and you want to come out and try to establish something after the blocked punt. The big run by Joseph Randle. Excellent job here, and they turned Gavin Escobar loose on the back line.
Point after by Bailey is good. Romo 5 out of 8, 43 yards and a touchdown. And here's a throw to Escobar, his first score of the year. Both feet clearly in bounds.
Well, we've been hearing for a while about Gavin Escobar. He was last year's 2nd-round pick and was expected to really be a receiving threat for this team. And you talk to these coaches and they continually say, well, he's got Jason Witten playing ahead of him, but Jason Witten was here when they drafted him, in the 2nd round, and his development just hasn't come along, I think, as they had anticipated. But they do like him, as I said, as a target down in the red zone because of his size. Guy's 6'6". Now, that time size didn't matter. Nobody was even around him.
34 straight game with a touchdown pass for Tony Romo. And he has an NFL record 36 straight games on the road of throwing a touchdown pass. Now the Redskins would not kick it to Percy Harvin last week. This is his 2nd time. He'll run one back today. And that's why the Redskins didn't kick it to him. "46-yard return for the Virginia Beach, Virginia native Percy Harvin."
Well, he's such a dynamic guy when the ball's in his hands, and you're right, Washington wouldn't give him an opportunity. I'm not sure Dallas will if they're kicking off again in this ball game because of the things that he's capable of doing. Think about last year's Super Bowl. I mean, in a game that was already somewhat out of hand at halftime, he blew it open to start that 2nd half with a return for a touchdown in that game.
So first down from the 42, and Wilson to throw it on first down. Looking around. He'll run it. And they have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. What a day. There's a flag down on the play. Thrown on the other side of the field in the secondary.
Holding, number 32 defense. 5-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Well, here's the penalty on Orlando Scandrick. against Jermaine Kearse. Now, Russell Wilson was flushed out the opposite way. You don't generally see the flag opposite of the direction of which the quarterback is working. I don't know that I like that call.
Play fake to Lynch. Wilson in trouble. And he gets it away. Incomplete. Tyrone Crawford so close to bringing down the ever elusive Russell Wilson.
Well, that's not easy to do, but the Cowboys, they continue to pursue. It's hard for these guys to continue to try to chase a guy like Russell Wilson, but yet they do a great job. And then on the back end, knowing that you have a quarterback who's capable of extending plays, it puts a lot of pressure on those secondary players to stay plastered to the receivers.
Lynch. Barry Church planned on delivering a hit, and he wound up taking a hit.
He did, but he got him to the ground.
Right.
That's tough duty right there. Marshawn Lynch, you know, we talk about DeMarco Murray and the way he's been able to run. Marshawn Lynch is, you know, they don't call him beast mode for nothing, but he's a much more elusive back than he gets credit for.
Right, had a very odd look to it from the very beginning, and finally the penalty flag comes down on a 3rd and 7. Bill Levy, our referee here today.
I don't think the officials were in agreement as to whether a penalty should have been called. The side judge, he waved it off.
Although the defender was in the neutral zone, there's a false start, number 76 offense, for coming out of his stance late. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Of course, Bill Levy here in Seattle, he admittedly kicked a couple of calls. Here you get another look.
Well, there was a lot of movement. You had the Cowboys who initially jumped into the neutral zone, and then Russell Okung, the left tackle, once he moved, he was the one who got called for the false start.
We're talking about Levy. He admitted during that Super Bowl loss the Seahawks had to the Pittsburgh Steelers that he missed a couple of calls and big ones in that game. Wilson in trouble again. Boy, and the Dallas defense stops on 3rd down. George Selby and Anthony Spencer there to meet Wilson.
Well, Anthony Spencer, the outside linebacker, he comes and he's going against the rookie Justin Britt, and you know, Dallas is able to get after the quarterback. You think back to last week and Ryan Fitzpatrick, although they failed to record a sack, they hit him a lot in that ball game. I think they're doing a lot of good things up front, just applying some pressure to the quarterback.
John Ryan end over end punt, and a fair catch signal for at the 5-yard line by Dwayne Harris. 4-1 Cowboys against the defending Super Bowl champions. A 3-point game in the opening quarter.
Let's go. 50 Omaha said hot. Right there. Nice. Losing feeling in my toes. Nothing beats that new car smell. Chicken parm, you taste so good.
Nationwide is on your side.
It's not over till they're all dead.
We don't know what's coming next. 3 of us are gone.
They could be anywhere.
Where are they?
Go! Cross any of these people, you kill them. Don't hesitate. They won't.
Walking Dead. New season premiere tonight at 9, only on AMC.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
For the most electric night of comedy ever.
I did it for the laughs.
Sunday Fun Day.
Street name, Giggle Pig.
Good one. The Simpsons, all new. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, all new. And then after Family Guy, Mulaney.
And you can see where this is going.
All new. Sunday Fun Day. Starting at 8, 7 Central. Tonight. On Fox.
Some of the numbers from the opening quarter. And look at the rush yards for the Cowboys, 55 of them.
Well, that's going to be important as we move through this game. Not only the yards, but just keeping the score where it is so that you can continue to be balanced in what you're doing. Now, you know, as I said earlier, Tony Romo has yet to try to challenge these outside these outside corners with Dez Bryant. You know, Jerry Jones earlier in the week said, hey, we want to go after Richard Sherman with Dez Bryant. We like that matchup, and I like it too. But Richard Sherman's going to win his battles. Dez Bryant's going to win some of his. You've got to be real careful if you're Tony Romo when you're throwing the ball in his direction.
Tyler Klutz, a fullback, in front of DeMarco Murray on a first down carry, and that'll be a gain of 3. Big day on Fox and on FS1 tonight. Game 2 of the National League Championship Series. Giants behind Madison Bumgarner, shutting out the Cardinals last night. Lance Lynn on the mound. He'll be opposed by Jake Peavy. What a pickup he's turned out to be. And that'll be on Fox Sports 1 beginning at 7:30 Eastern time tonight. Joe Buck, Harold Reynolds, and Tom Verducci from St. Louis. Murray, good blocking in front of him, and that is power football to get a first down. Ronald Leary leading the way for Murray, the NFL's leading rusher.
Well, Ronald Leary, he leads the way. He pulls from the left guard position, and then the rookie Zach Martin does an excellent job as well of finishing that off. That's a nice job of coming off the goal line there with a couple runs and picking up a first down.
It's a 21st run already this season of 10 or more yards for DeMarco Murray. They fake it to him, looking the long ball down the sideline and overthrown.
Well, the Cowboys run essentially a two-man route. They're going to block it up, give Tony Romo some time in the pocket, one-on-one outside. Byron Maxwell on Dez Bryant. But the Cowboys, they start running the ball, and it just opens up the matchups to take advantage of off of the play action. So although they're not throwing the ball as much, they're able to force the ball down the field because of what they've been able to do with the running game.
Joseph Randall up close to the 25% play. They're still talking about it down in Dallas. A 37-yard reception in overtime. Jerry Jones called it one of the great plays in Cowboys history.
Well, it was a big-time play in order to set them up for the win last week against Houston. I think the thing that gets lost on that play is the fact that Tony Romo he had a guy barreling down on him, and he was able to get it out before he took a big-time hit.
3rd and 4. And denied first down yardage is Randall. There is a penalty flag down on the field. Malcolm Smith, last year's Super Bowl MVP.
Holding, number 41 defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
There's a break.
Well, once again, Byron Maxwell. I don't know about that. The way Dez Bryant came off the ball, it looked like he was blocking more than trying to get off the ball to run a route. Like they missed a face mask on that play also, but I can see where Maxwell was just trying to work through Des Bryant to come up and make a play on the ball.
Nowhere to go on first down for Murray. Cam Chancellor coming up to make the stop. Two-time Pro Bowl safety. They were wondering if Chancellor was going to be able to play today. You may remember he had off-season hip surgery, and it's been bothering him again during this week of practice.
Yeah, and he is the leader of that defense. You talk to any of those guys, especially the secondary players, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, they'll tell you to a man. Cam Chancellor, when he doesn't speak a lot, but when he does, everybody pays attention.
Delay to Murray. That'll be a gain of almost 4. It'll bring up another third down.
Well, there's offensive coordinator Scott Linehan, and it's been a little bit of an adjustment for him as far as calling these plays. He's always been a guy who's thrown the ball to set up the run. But he likes this young offensive line, and they've been able to be so effective with it that it's just been a change. Now they run the ball to set up the pass.
Dallas 3 of 4 on third down so far. Blitz coming. Romo delivers, and there's the first catch of the game for Des Bryant. Up to the 47 and a first down.
Now they bring a linebacker inside, and because of that, then it voids a zone for Des Bryant to be able to work the middle of the field. They're trying to bring pressure right in the face of Romo, but you see he's able to slide up, and how that then opened up for the conversion.
We welcome many of you from around the country. Just joining us here in Seattle, where the 4-1 Dallas Cowboys, they lost their season opener to the 49ers. They've won 4 in a row. And early on, it was not pretty. Romo took a big hit. Seahawks blocked a punt. Doug Baldwin, that was run in by Mike Morgan. It was 10-0 midway through the first quarter. Then Dallas put together an impressive drive. Escobar, the touchdown reception on 3rd and goal, and now Dallas on the move again, trailing 10-7. The Hall of Famer Troy Aikman and Carissa Thompson, Tom Brenneman, our entire crew from Seattle. And that is Joseph Randle, who ripped off a 38-yard run that was a big part of that Cowboy touchdown drive.
I'm telling you, I'd have to give him a few more opportunities than he's had. DeMarco Murray is a special player, but as I said earlier, Randle, when he's had his chances, I like what he's able to do. He finishes runs. He's pretty elusive. Got a good start to this game, and this running game has as well. This is a heck of a drive right here to start on the 5-yard line for the Cowboys.
The 11th play of the drive, and they're staying on the ground. Not much room this time for Murray. Well, you look at this Cowboy offensive line, and Cowboy, Troy touched on it earlier. You got a #1 pick at center. You got a #1 pick this year at right guard in Zach Martin. You've got the #1 pick from 2011 out at left tackle in Tyron Smith. The catch. He will be able to stretch it out to the 30, and once more that'll move the chains.
Well, you talk about it, a 12-play drive, and that defensive front is starting to tire. So you then are able to throw the football, and it affects the pass rush of what Seattle is able to do. I like what Dallas is doing on this drive.
From the 30, Murray spins his way and delivers a blow himself down to the 25. Let's check in downstairs with Carissa Thompson.
Guys, Bobby Wagner is listed as questionable with a right foot injury. They haven't taken him in for anything. I'll continue to keep my eye on it.
Tom, we came into this game, Seattle, not only had they not given up a 100-yard rusher, they had not given up a 40-yard rusher. Here in this first quarter, Joseph Randle and DeMarco Murray already, each of them over 40 yards rushing.
Yep, 44 for Murray, 52 on 4 carries for Randle. And they just keep going back to the well. Murray, who's had his issues fumbling the football, there's a flag down.
Number 68 offense, 10-yard penalty, second down.
That'll be the right tackle, Doug Free. Murray's put it on the ground 4 times this year, all of them coming in the opening quarter of a game.
Yeah, that's one thing that he has to clean up. Last week against Houston, as you see the penalty there on Doug Free, pretty easy call. But last week, DeMarco Murray fumbles when they're going in to score. There's another drive. They're moving the football. Of course, the penalty hurts this team, but he's got to be able to protect the football better than he's been able to this year.
Oh, boy. Talked about Marshawn Lynch able to deliver a blow. Murray just did to Brock Coyle, the rookie who's in there replacing Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, I think DeMarco Murray was upset with himself for that ball getting away from him on the previous play. Wanted to take out a little aggression, but here we are at 3rd down. And as Pete Carroll said, they have to win on this down. They haven't been that good, but this is the difference between giving up touchdowns and having to settle for field goals.
Wagner on his way back to the locker room. And a penalty flag comes down. This will be offsides against Seattle, I believe.
Neutral zone infraction, number 72 defense. Got past the tackle. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, we talked to Romo yesterday, and you have to do silent count when you're here in Seattle. But you can't just have one silent count because these guys are too smart defensively. They'll pick up on that, and they'll still get a jump on the ball. So they have a variety of silent count mechanisms as to how the ball is going to be snapped and when it's going to be snapped. And that time, just not paying attention to the ball when it's gone.
So 3rd and 9 becomes 3rd and 4. Romo looking for Bryant, and it's broken up in the secondary by Byron Maxwell. And Maxwell just now getting to his knees.
Well, there on the slot, Des Bryant, he had a chance, but because Romo got flushed to his right, he was unable to plant his feet and really get enough on it. But Des Bryant, we saw the play he made last week. These are routine plays for him, but just unable to haul that in. More importantly, right now for Seattle, Byron Maxwell on the ground, and they were already a little thin at the position.
The most amazing thing about the Ford Fusion isn't the way it looks. The most amazing thing is the way it sees. With blind spot technology, a lane keeping system, and a standard rear view camera, the Fusion is ready for whatever comes your way. Go prepared. Go further.
Action.
The passport's clearly a forgery.
Is the audition to play a Portuguese guy?
No, British.
Oh. The passport is clearly a forgery.
The passport is clearly a forgery.
That was just regular.
Passport's clearly a forgery.
But don't do it in a lady's voice.
How do you know I'm not auditioning to play a woman?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
You can make your own choices.
With the best screen of any tablet, the new Samsung Galaxy Tab S is the world's most entertaining device. Trade in any working tablet and use your trade-in credit toward a Tab S to receive an additional $50 off now at Best Buy.
It will be a tough fight.
But the chosen one has been sent to us.
That's not correct. I bought this and won a PS4, so...
Hand-selected by the Vanguard.
I'm from New Jersey. I don't know what he's talking about.
Only he can save us. To battle!
Hold on. Sensitive trigger.
Grab a Quesarito Big Box from Taco Bell for a chance to win a limited edition PS4 Destiny bundle. There's a winner about every 15 minutes.
The good, the evil, the beginning. Gotham all new tomorrow on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Ford. Beautiful things happen when you go further. By Miller Lite, back in its original look. It's Miller time. And by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss.
Well, they continue to take a look at Byron Maxwell, injured after breaking up. A pass attempt to Des Bryant, and now Dan Bailey. He is Mr. Automatic. And with that successful field goal try, he has just become the most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL. More importantly, we're tied at 10.
Oh, so did you hear the new iPhone is out?
I'm getting one! Sprint is offering this exclusive new plan with unlimited data. The plan is only $50 a month.
$50?
Unlimited iPhone. So should we eat?
The new Sprint Simply Unlimited plan, exclusively for iPhone 6. Unlimited data, talk, and text for just $50 a month. Switch to Sprint and we'll buy out your contract. It's the best value in wireless.
You put in 4 hours before the 9-to-5ers even show up. You don't commute every day, you commute every 15 minutes. And you don't drive to an office, your van is your office. For you, Ford created a new kind of full-size van. The all-new Transit with EcoBoost. Efficient where it counts and built Ford tough. And so customizable, it'll fit any business like a work glove. If your work is harder than most, it just got a lot easier. Learn more at ownthework.com. This is the all-new Ford Transit.
Right now at Burger King, get 10 chicken nuggets for just $1.49. No, wait, is that really right?
Yep, it says it right there. $1.49, 10 nuggets, limited time only.
All right. They're crispy and golden on the outside, made with premium white meat on the inside. Get more your way, only at Burger King.
Miller invented light beer, the original 96-calorie Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to advertising about great taste, which led to farmers letting fresh hops cascade through their fingers, which led to brewmasters admiring their craft, which led to hand models reaching for a cold one, which led to slow-motion pours of golden goodness, which led to super slow-motion pours with subliminal messages added in for good measure. Miller Lite. We invented light beer and subliminal advertising. You're welcome.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is all new tonight after The Simpsons on Fox.
10-10 game. Dan Bailey now 100 out of 110 since the Cowboys signed him back in 2011. He had hit 30 in a row until missing at the end of regulation last week and wound up winning it in overtime. And man, you talk about a weapon. The Cowboys have one in Bailey. He's just tied the game at 10.
Mama Sherman and the Legion of Superfans.
No start of them yet.
Keep looking. Their mission to get Richard Sherman his Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Mama.
Take us home.
Wow.
It's new chunky beer and cheese with beef and bacon soup.
Beer.
Cheese.
Beef. Bacon. I love it.
And Mama loves you.
It fills you up right.
Visa checkout is the easier way to pay online.
All set. Just enter your password and check out.
But can Larry Fitzgerald check out and catch passes at the same time?
Incoming.
Hey, Larry, what are you buying?
You buying Luck Eraser?
Nope.
He did it. Order confirmed. 3 Larry Fitzgerald jerseys.
Signed by Larry Fitzgerald.
Sign up now. Visa checkout, the easier way to pay online. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Okay, so it's a pretty simple formula. What you put in the back of your truck is all about what you put in the front of your truck. And here's the main ingredient. Ford Super Duty second generation 6.7-liter power stroke diesel, which makes this the most powerful Super Duty ever. It delivers more max towing power than any other pickup. 31,200 pounds. Yeah, that's nearly 16 tons, Professor. You're welcome. This is Ford Super Duty.
had big news. Bacon and cheese have been stuffed in a crust.
Pizza Hut's new bacon and cheese stuffed crust with hardwood smoked bacon and a blend of 3 cheeses. For a limited time, get a large one topping for just $11.99 when you order online. Order now at PizzaHut.com.
Today's game is sponsored by Pizza Hut's Bacon and Cheese Stuffed Crust.
Seahawks with the football, 5:15 to play until halftime. And the Cowboys defenders claiming there was movement along that offensive line, a line that was hung with 7 penalties last Monday night in D.C.
Number 63 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Let's check in downstairs with Carissa Thompson.
Yeah, not good news, you guys, on the Seattle sideline for Byron Maxwell, who was taken into the locker room with a right ankle injury. The trainers tried to have him stand up once he made his way over to the bench and put some weight on that right ankle. No luck. Sat down for a long time, looked very defeated. They took him in. We'll continue to watch that. And also Bobby Wagner still in the locker room.
Carissa, thank you very much. Russell Wilson will keep it and then throw it. Did Justin Durant deliver a shot on Jermaine Kearse?
That's an outstanding job by Dallas defensively, being able to handle that play. Justin Durant comes out and snuffs it out, but Russell Wilson looks like he's going to keep it. They have this play to where if you overcommit then to the run, he's able to dump it out to the receiver. Cowboys not fooled. It's a good job.
Second down and 10. Wilson being chased by Crawford, and he will run it. Steps out of bounds for a gain of 3. Let's check in for the first time today with Kurt Menefee back in Los Angeles.
Panthers and Bengals tied with 2 ticks left in overtime, but Cincinnati's Mike Nugent misses what would have been a game winner from 36 yards out. We have our first tie of the season, 37-37, Carolina and Cincinnati. Tom, Troy, and Carissa.
Thank you very much. Mike Nugent, who grew up just north of Cincinnati, was already on the hot seat in his hometown, and even hotter water now after that miss. It's a third down. And Wilson again having to scramble away from trouble. And it looks like they're short on the catch of getting a first down on the completion of Brian Walters.
This Cowboys defense is off to a good start today. A lot of talk about whether or not Dallas would be able to run the ball offensively, but the bigger matchup was how they would hold up defensively against this Seattle offense and containing Russell Wilson and his ability to scramble. But the secondary has done a nice job in coverage. There hasn't been anywhere for Russell to throw the football, and then they've been able to apply some pressure on him. So offensively, Seattle has not been able to do anything.
Puts a foot on it, end over end. Dwayne Harris from the 29-yard line. Cuts it back to the inside, up to the 40-yard line. And there is a penalty flag about 5 yards in front of where he was tackled.
During the kick, holding, number 39 receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, timeout.
10-10. The Cowboys with the ball, looking for their first lead of this game.
She inspires you. No question about that. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
Backed by popular demand, Outback Steak and Lobster starting at $14.99. For a limited time, we're searing up America's boldest steaks with classic steamed lobster or Old Bay butter lobster on the barbie. Steak and lobster starting at just $14.99. That's no rules, just right.
Lowe's presents How to Say Goodbye to 1993 Forever.
Goodbye.
Choose 18 months special financing on purchases of $5.99 or more at Lowe's.
I call them Sentinels.
I need to bring all the X-Men together. Everything that happens now is in your hands.
X-Men Days of Future Past, Tuesday.
Mulaney is all new tonight after Family Guy on Fox.
Seahawks and Cowboys tied at 10. So Marcus Burley, who works as their 5th defensive back, now replaces the injured Byron Maxwell. And we told you earlier, Bobby Wagner back in the Seahawks locker room. He's been replaced by a rookie, Brock Coyle. Let's see if those turn out to be significant injuries to Seattle. Murray, in a lot of traffic, is able to bust out of there and turn it into a positive 2-yard gain. Well, immediately following Game 2 of the NLCS on Fox Sports Live, our Carissa Thompson right here in Seattle. She'll have an exclusive one-on-one interview with the star of this game. Who will it be? Fox Sports Live tonight after the NLCS Game 2 on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Kind of expected the Cowboys to take a shot at Marcus Burley coming in aligned opposite of Des Bryant. Instead, they run the screenplay for not much of a gain.
Witten nearly pulled it in with one hand. Step for step with him was Malcolm Smith. So it'll be a 3rd down for the Cowboys.
And Malcolm Smith, all these linebackers can really run. And so they've got size. Malcolm Smith, last year's MVP in the Super Bowl, he just never located the ball. Had he have been able to find the ball, he might have been able to make a play on it. But a lot of pressure right now on this defensive front to get to Romo and help this secondary now that they've been depleted with the absence of Byron Maxwell.
Seahawks have Stephen Terrell on Jason Witten, and a timeout is called by Dallas. Terrell was just signed off the practice squad before the game.
It's true, all airline employees have attitudes. Ours just have the good kind. There's a reason flying with Southwest feels different. We put people at the heart of everything we do. Always have, always will.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
For the most electric night of comedy ever.
I did it for the laugh.
Sunday Fun Day.
Street name, Giggle Pig.
Good one. The Simpsons, all new. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, all new. And then after Family Guy, Mulaney.
And you can see where this is going.
All new. Sunday Fun Day. Starting at 8, 7 Central. Tonight. Woo! On Fox.
Look at that. On a bike.
Do the jingle! Do the jingle! Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there!
Hey, guys.
I'm in my office!
State Farm agents help you get to a better state.
Backed by popular demand, Outback Steak and Lobster starting at $14.99. For a limited time, we're searing up America's boldest steaks with classic steamed lobster or Old Bay butter lobster on the barbie. Steak and lobster starting at just $14.99. That's no rules, just right.
Thousands of people have already shared their stories at TogetherWeMakeFootball.com.
Football was always there.
Time is running out. Share your story by next Sunday for a chance to win a trip to the Super Bowl at TogetherWeMakeFootball.com.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine.
Jason Garrett's Cowboys facing a 3rd and 8. from their own 22-yard line. Wide open across the middle, and turning it into big yardage is Lance Dunbar up to the 43-yard line. Beautifully designed play there. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning after the gain of 21.
This is the new iPhone 6.
And this is the new iPhone 6 Plus.
Have you seen some of the new stuff the camera can do?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Its slow-mo is slower than ever before. Its time-lapse can turn hours into seconds. Image stabilization helps keep everything smooth.
So smooth.
The camera on the new iPhones are better than ever.
Shapow!
What was that?
That's the sound the camera makes.
No, it's more like a...
Nope, I think it's shapow!
Got some hot and fresh Papa John pizza just for you, Troy.
No, that's great.
Fresh, never frozen, original dough, vine-ripened tomatoes.
Awesome.
The absolute perfect halftime treat from Papa John himself.
Laying it on pretty thick, huh, Papa?
Too much?
Nah. Nothing wrong with a little self-promotion.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
By God, you're good. Best verdict money can buy.
I like you too, but I'm so bored.
We need a firm defense. We don't hide behind the law here.
I'm going to impale your father on the first-degree murder charge.
Was I tough on you? Yes. You're welcome. We're here to listen, not talk.
Objection. Argumentative.
Still letting your dad wind you up?
Kind of a touchy subject.
The Judge, rated R, now playing.
The most amazing thing about the Ford Fusion isn't the way it looks. The most amazing thing is the way it sees. With blind spot technology, a lane keeping system, and a standard rear view camera, the Fusion is ready for whatever comes your way. Go prepared. Go further.
Let us release our own horsemen.
If you're not watching Sleepy Hollow, you're missing the most action-packed, outlandish thrill ride on TV.
Get out of my car.
All new Sleepy Hollow, tomorrow at 9/8 Central on Fox.
We invite you to follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. 2 minutes to play until halftime. A quarter completely dominated by the Dallas Cowboys. The Seahawks have run 3 plays. They do not have a first down in this quarter. And Murray stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Cliff Averill. The only Seahawks loss this year came in San Diego when the Chargers held the ball for 42 minutes in the game.
Well, you mentioned that Seattle has failed to get a first down. You know, in this quarter, of course, they lose one possession with the blocked punt, but they've not done anything offensively, and defensively, they've been unable to get off the field on third down.
Looking for a whip. Very good coverage again by Malcolm Smith.
It was good coverage, Tom, but it looked like this was a ball that Jason Witten had an opportunity to make a play on. Tight coverage. Malcolm Smith never again gets turned to play the ball. Jason Witten doesn't miss many of these. And then on this other side, Richard Sherman, he draws the assignment on this play of Des Bryant. They have yet to go after Richard Sherman, regardless of who he has been covering. They have not switched sides. He has stayed to his side. This time, Richard Sherman's on Terrence Williams.
Lay it off to Dunbar out of the backfield. He got a block. And unbelievably, on a third down and 14, the Cowboys pick up the first down.
They've come underneath now a number of times, and the Seattle Seahawks have not had anyone to try to help cover the underneath receivers. They're so worried right now about getting underneath some of the deeper throws that those checkdowns to Lance Dunbar have been wide open.
Talk about a quarter dominated in every way imaginable by the Cowboys, and those numbers certainly back up that statement. But amazingly, it's still a tie game. Bryant beats Sherman, and Sherman somehow able to trip him up, and a penalty flag comes in.
I think they're probably going to call Richard Sherman at the end of this play. Richard Sherman knew he was beat. He was out of position.
Number 25 of the defense. 10-yard penalty. Excuse me, half the distance to the goal. First down.
I don't know if their feet got tangled up or not, but a great job of recovery after Bryant was able to make the reception of getting him to the ground and saving a touchdown. You take another look at the play, and
it didn't look like a good call.
Yeah, no, there was no real contact. I think they saw Sherman starting to stumble. He's going to the ground, and they just assumed that he grabbed.
Well, it's first down and goal from just inside the 10. They give it to Murray, and maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Again, Malcolm Smith, who did not play a single snap on defense last week against Washington, but he's in there after the injury to Wagner today.
That's one of the luxuries that they have, is they've had 4 good linebackers that can all contribute. So you lose Wagner and you're able to plug in then a guy like Malcolm Smith and let him go, and then they've also got the rookie Coyle.
Well, with all those guys, they're trying to figure out who's going to be on the field.
With the snap imminent, half the distance to the goal, second down.
That was Bruce Urban trying to get off the field.
So this Seattle team has not looked good. You know, you don't see an offense come in and dominate the line of scrimmage and do the things that the Cowboys have done very often here in Seattle. I mean, sometimes you see it on the road. You talked about what San Diego was able to do, but not here in Seattle. But the Cowboys have dominated this first half of play, both offensively and defensively.
My play clock down to 5. And a delay to Murray. And he's able to slither his way down to the 2-yard line, which brings up 3rd and goal. And the Cowboys will spend a timeout. Jason Garrett's team has not led. They're trying to change that.
This is Alex. We saw him holding Bud Light, which means he's up for whatever happens. So we surprised him with a new Buccaneers-themed living room.
Alex, come and check this out.
Hey, man.
Cool. You like it?
Yeah.
Game day.
Alex.
Hey.
What the number 1 Buck fan?
I am.
I love it. Come with me. Come on, Alex.
Look at my backyard. This is crazy.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
I want to fire the cannon.
Yeah. Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
Let's hide in the attic. No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
This was a good idea. Shh, I'm being quiet. Breathing on me.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Action.
The passport's clearly a forgery.
Is the audition to play a Portuguese guy?
No, British.
Oh. The passport is clearly a forgery.
The passport is clearly a forgery.
That was just regular.
Passport's clearly a forgery.
But don't do it in a lady's voice.
How do you know I'm not auditioning to play a woman?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
You make your own choices.
With the best screen of any tablet, the new Samsung Galaxy Tab S is the world's most entertaining device. Get it now at these retailers.
He's back. Monopoly at McDonald's. Now's your chance to score 50s, 100s, or a cool million. Or a one-on-one experience with LeBron.
Welcome back.
You too.
Let's play this game.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
Cowboys with a 3rd and goal just inside the 3.
Timeout, Seattle. Their first charge, timeout.
Coming up, the Visa halftime report. Let's check in with what's coming up with Kurt Menefee.
Coming up on the Visa halftime, Aaron Rodgers leads the pack to a last-second comeback. We've got an overtime thriller in Cincinnati. The Browns make a statement against the Steelers. We'll make sure you get caught up on a busy Sunday at the half.
I think Pete Carroll wanted to see exactly what Dallas had in mind. They had 3 tight ends in the game, and when they broke the huddle and went into their alignment, Pete Carroll then called a timeout to figure out how they want to play this defensively.
Once more, the Cowboys have Escobar in the game, along with Witten. And they find Witten for a touchdown, his first this season, and the first time today the Cowboys have the lead.
Initially, when Jason Witten comes off the ball, the Seahawks are all over him, but no inside pressure on Tony Romo. So he's able to take his time, and that's asking a lot to try to stay in coverage. Witten able to get free, and Romo gets him the ball for the touchdown. But here's it, as he gets off the ball, Romo looked to him initially, there's nowhere to go. Witten frees himself up, but just no pressure on Romo, and he's going to pick you apart.
And that was a rookie, Brock Coyle, we brought up earlier, replacing Bobby Wagner, who was in coverage there on Witten. Romo had all day to throw it and delivers the goods. And for the first time this year, Witten is in the end zone.
After the heroics, after the highs, after the heartbreak, to redemption starts here. The CONCACAF Women's World Cup qualifying tournament, Wednesday on Fox Sports 2. All part of Foxtoberfest.
Did you post it?
Done.
How many people are coming?
Lots.
Yeah.
Got it. Done. Done.
Sending you some money.
Thank you.
Done. You like a lunch bag? Here you go, man.
Thank you.
Done.
On your phone, online, on the go. Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
What do you think these are?
Chicken nuggets.
How much would 10 of these cost from Burger King?
$5.
These are $1.49 for 10.
10 chicken nuggets for $1.49? Only at Burger King.
You look shocked.
You want a little help?
We got next.
Rated E for everyone.
Primetime's wildest ride is back. Sleepy Hollow tomorrow on Fox.
10 plays, 80 yards, and they finally find Witten, who had gone 5 games into this season, the longest stretch of his career without scoring a touchdown, and that was career reception number 900. Only the great Tony Gonzalez with more. Of course, Tony Romo said earlier in the week, Witten might go down as the greatest Cowboy of them all. There's been a lot of debate about that, but
well, yes, but his point was well taken. And Jason Witten is a great football player.
Yes. Well, I must ask you, Troy Aikman, who certainly has to qualify as one of the greatest Cowboys of them all as well. You and I wondered, and we talked a lot about this yesterday and before the game today, could Dallas at 4-1 come in here and make a statement? There is no question they have made one at least through the first half of the game.
Well, they've played exceptionally well. They've dominated the line of scrimmage really on both sides of the ball. And you got to ask yourself, because I really have not seen Seattle play the way that they are playing here at home. Not a lot of energy. They stayed after the Monday night game in Washington. They stayed the night, tried to get rested, flew back on Tuesday. Whether or not that's had an impact on this game or not, but it just does not look like the same team.
Well, they try to set up a screen to Percy Harvin. And then not fool the Dallas Cowboys. And again, the Seahawks are 10 seconds away from having played this entire second quarter without a single first down. Give it to Robert Turbin, and that will be the final play of this opening half. Things getting a little testy down there. Pushing and shoving. That's the way the first half will come to an end. Dallas will get the ball to begin the second half. You may remember they won the toss. And the Cowboys have a 10-point lead at halftime. Let's send it back to Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles. It's time for the Visa halftime right now.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa Checkout, the easier way to pay online.
Cowboys up by touchdowns. We welcome you to Visa Halftime. Kurt Menefee along with Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. Time to get caught up on the other late games here in Week 6.
All right, Bears at the Falcons. Jay Cutler into the second quarterback. Good pass protection. Going to the right-hand side.